interviewer who's been named as one of the 200 Mail and Guardian Young South Africans for 2018. In her debut fast-paced psychological thriller titled Shame on You, which was released this year, she narrates the story of Holly, a social media star and healthy eating influencer, as her worst nightmare comes true when she's attacked by a stranger. Well, without giving too much away, let's now chat to Amy, who joins us from our Sea Point studios in Cape Town. A very good morning to you, Amy. Thank you so much for agreeing to chat to us this morning.
Good morning, Paul. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, Amy, looking at the cover of this book and the title as well, it certainly gives us the sense that we're about to go on a dark journey. Talk to us about that.
So yes, it's a commercial psychological thriller. It is a bit of a dark journey, but it's a fast-paced read. There's a little bit of dark humor in it as well, and the story does touch on some dark themes. I talk about the difference between social media and reality, and especially the violence that women face on online platforms. So yeah, it is a little bit of a dark read at times, but it's often a thrilling one.
And I love that you've used sort of the modern settings. I mean, social media is quite popular amongst young people, and oftentimes I think we miss the reality part of it because we assume that we're in this safe world. Looking at Holly, the book centers around her. She's a young social media blogger. She's a sensation on that platform. Talk to us about why it was so important for you to highlight the dangers that women do potentially face when we enter spaces, online spaces.
Yeah, so Holly, she enters social media with a lot of trust, I think. She is just sharing her diet, her lifestyle, and she doesn't even want to be famous at first. She's just doing what she loves. But then as her character develops and more people start to be interested in her and some of her secrets come to light, she sees a darker side of social media where people begin attacking her and you're feeling that they can say anything about her and make any threats towards her. This was really important to me because when we engage online, there's this shield between the online world and the real world, and that shield makes people behave in a way that they wouldn't in real life, especially towards women. And I think every single woman has had a moment where they engage online and they've either felt threatened or harassed or just they've made themselves vulnerable and they've been a bit surprised and shocked at the response. And I wanted to touch on that because it's a really relevant topic that everybody is experiencing.
Talk to us, or take us rather through the journey of how you developed Holly's character through the story.
So Holly was an extremely interesting and often difficult character to write. She's living this quite superficial life online where she's pretending to be one thing and she's editing her life for the public, but then she has a whole new private life. And as an author, I had a challenge to really interrogate her private life and understand what makes her tick and why she'd make certain decisions and why living her life and being famous on Instagram was so important to her. So it became kind of a rewarding journey where I started off, really outlining what she was like online, but then going deeper and learning about her family and her past and the things that hurt her and why she decided to take this path in the first place.
You spoke about some of the themes that you explore in this book. Talk to us about some of the lessons that you hope readers would walk away with after having read this book, Shame on You.
I think the biggest lesson I'd love a reader to walk away from is that when they consume content online and they see someone living a perfect life, whether they're a travel blogger or a fashion blogger or someone who seems to have the perfect family, that you're only seeing a snippet of their reality, that absolutely every single person that you see online is editing an image for your consumption. So I think there are a lot of statistics lately that people go on Instagram and Facebook and they become really depressed because they are comparing their own unedited reality to the edited facade of somebody else. So I hope that people feel heartened that, you know, what you see online is not what it always seems. And then also to think about the way that they engage online as well. I mean, what message they're putting out there and whether they could be more authentic as well.
All right, I think that's quite significant. Let's find out about where people can get this book. And just very quickly, what you're hoping to get out of your now writing career.
Okay, fantastic. So you can buy the book absolutely anywhere in South Africa. So Exclusive Books, Reader's Warehouse, all the small indie bookstores. Go through, ask for it. It's often on display, so it's very accessible. If you're traveling, look for it at the airport. I've seen it there as well. And as for my writing career, I have already finished my second book, which is another thriller, and it's also dealing with some relevant online issues. And I am just hoping to be able to continue writing. This is what I love to do the most, and I love writing and engaging with readers, and I just can't wait to see what happens next.
All right, fantastic. Amy, thank you so much for your time this morning. That is author Amy Heydenburg, who's speaking to us about her book. She's also just mentioned that she's just finished her second book, and she was joining us from our Cape Town studios. Well, you can also send us some of the books that you are reading or have read. All you have to do is email, Instagram or tweet us a picture and, of course, a relevant caption of your pick of the week, your must-read for 2018, your current read, and the one you were hoping was going to be great, but perhaps turned out to be rather disappointing. We're also inviting our bookworm viewers out there to join us here on Morning Live for the book review slot so that they can tell us more about the books that they're reading or have read. So if you want to come in and review books and be part of that panel, just send us a picture of the book that you are reading with that relevant caption to our social media platforms. You can tweet us using the handle at Morning Live SABC, tag us on Facebook at Morning Live SABC, Instagram at Morning Live SABC, or drop us a line morninglive@sabc.co.za. Time for a quick break.